Hi everyone, Bandana here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Rogue Command, a new game coming into early access on the 18th of November. It's made by a two-man team over in Germany, I believe, called Feneq. I think that's the name they're going for, or the pronunciation, with the title and the little logo they have. So this is an RTS along the lines of Command & Conquer, StarCraft, where you have base building. However, it's also a roguelike at the same time. So you do a run, you try to complete the run. If you finish the run, you get an ascension, and the game becomes more difficult. Now, difficulty and balance is something they need to work on at the moment, and that will be a big thing during the early access period. Right now, I've found playing through it a few times, in terms of, starting a new run, that sometimes you can bump into particular enemy units which are just so ridiculously strong you can't actually get past that level, even though it can be, further down the tree, as it were. But if I hit start new run, and we can have a look. So at the start, you get to choose your initial starting units that you will take into the game. There are various choices, so at the moment, I haven't unlocked very many, so the more runs you do, the more you unlock. At the moment, I've got just the standard engineer. I can either have the crystal harvester or a hover harvester. The difference there being, obviously, one can hover, it costs a lot more, the capacity differs, etc., etc. I'll keep the cheap one just for simplicity. And then the other option are support tanks and a robo-recycler. The robo-recycler basically can get zombies from your dead bots. So friendly units drop a robocore, so your bots or your tanks or whatever else die, drop a core, a bit like Necrons from Warhammer 40k, I guess. I'll say with the support tank, quite handy, gives units robust, so it gives 2 armor and 30% chance to ignore damage taken, and an additional 1 armor as well. So units have skills and abilities. This one has a skill, it spawns a harvester spawn, which I assume is like a mini one of those. Then you got mutations down at the bottom, so these are the original difficulty, and then this is Ascension 1. So PCX factory spawn with units, PCX robos get more HP, enemy bases can build turrets. Some enemy bases will have turrets as well, but I guess that's earlier on they will be able to build turrets, rather than being pre-placed maybe. So basically, every time you complete the tree, which I'll show you in a second, you get an ascension and things get more difficult. So we hit start run. First, there is a reward tree. So every time you complete a mission, you get this reward tree where you choose a blueprint, and then it's a random selection of other stuff as you go up. And then this is the actual progression tree. So we're at level 1.1, because we've got Ascension Stage 1 now. So you work your way up. I think each of these is supposed to be mini-bosses. I've not specifically noticed they're specifically mini-bosses or anything. Whether that's fully in yet, I'm not sure. Up here is actually like a final boss. It's usually, I've managed to get there once so far, and it was just like a bigger mission with a lot more stuff. I'm not sure I specifically saw a boss unit, or if my units did, they killed it without me noticing. So, I'm not sure. But it's a lot of fun. There are a lot of units. There are a lot of different weapon types. There's melee units as well as range units. The skills and abilities come in a lot. You also get powers, which is like this. They're called drops, and they appear along the top in the game. And I'll grab one of those now just to show you. So, we've got a defender here. Target gets strength. This is a little vehicle with a shotgun bot, and that's a micro one. Gives regen to 2 most damaged friendlies in sight. Passive self-heal for 10 HP a second. That's really strong. That's when it dies, though. So it has to die to do that. None of these look particularly good. I think this is the worst set I've had at the start. I think I'm going to go with the shotgun bot just to try it, because I've seen it a few times and never picked it. And you do upgrades, you can go to the shop. Let's have a look at the shop. So in the shop, you get drops, which you can buy. They're always pretty cheap. Some of them are very good. So makes crystals grow and last longer. So crystals are your resource. You can just give you 1,000 crystals, or this one gets, the target gets a massive stats boost for the rest of the level. So you can basically make one of your tanks or whatever super powered. Then hacks. Hacks are really good. So they're permanent, and you continue them through the run. And some of these are really strong. So taking from high ground gives you a 20% critical hit chance. Harvesters get Beam Spirit as permanent protection, so all the harvesters will get a little Beam Spirit, which is just a ball of glowing, I guess. And then personal protection details, so the engineer will spawn with 5 Robo Marines and a Robo Recon. So every time he spawns, because up here you'll notice that I've got a little heart symbol. That's how many engineer respawns I've got. Once the engineer respawns run out, you've lost. So you've got to protect your engineer. It's not really explained before you go in, per se. But if your engineer dies 3 times, that's game over. But this is like early game protection to assist with that. But then you can use the units for whatever you want. So the hacks are great. They're probably the best thing in the game, just because they carry through it. Some of them are just not relevant, unfortunately. So you get random ones that like melee, but if you don't have any melee units to choose from, and I'll explain that when we get in a minute what units you get. You don't get many. You get your starting one on whatever we just picked. Then you got upgrades. So these are upgrades that slot into units. Some of them only go in certain units. Some of them go in all units. Obviously, very strong. Like, a +2 armor is great. However, I don't feel I have anything that I would want to put that in right now. I'd rather save that for a big unit. So I'm going to ignore those for the time being. The first one should be pretty straightforward. But what we'll do is, let's get the Beam Spirit, because they do go after your harvesters, the AI. Whether that's intentional, I don't know how good the AI is. It's hard to say. It's not daft. It will, you know, go around the edges of the map and stuff to get at you. Then we'll choose the random... Oh, there is another hack there, though. Well, we've got to choose the hack if it's there, because it's permanent. Armored health points heal multiplied by 1.3. Efficiency model grants 10% damage when your crystals are below 400. Engineer slowly regenerates crystals near it. That's kind of strong if your engineer is staying in the base. That's probably better early game before you start venturing out to build more like sub bases. But that's just if it gets healed. It's not like you're guaranteed to heal. Let's go with the growth factor. We'll just see what it does. There are loads of different hacks and upgrades and units and unit types, and I've not seen them all, I don't think. They just keep bringing more new ones to me. Let's get some more starting crystals, and I think those new starting crystals are permanent, so every time you get new starting crystals, you know, next time I'll get 3,200, and if I got some more, I get 3,400 for each of the missions going forward. So the early game missions are pretty straightforward. You usually get some kind of objective, like a particular building to destroy. So you need to destroy the base control. Exactly like you would in other games, you're whacking down buildings and having a little explore. The map is quite small now. The maps do get bigger. I'm just going to build ridiculous amounts of these. That's an enemy scout that's just walked into our base. That's an ancient turret, so it's worth grabbing that. Our guys have this ball on top of them now because we took that up, or that hack, which means they defend themselves. I'm just going to let him explore over this way. I think our engineer can come here and build another refinery. Not much over this way. As I say, it's a small map because it's the first one. The engineer needs to activate that. I forgot. So some of these, there's various buildings around the map. Some of them just give you more resources. This one's actually a turret. Oh, that's a melee unit. Your bots will auto-engage, but obviously a lot of them have abilities. So we don't need to use that. They're dead already. Never mind. So we've got that access to that turret now. Oh, there's more resources over here. Might as well stick another one down here. Stick another bot barracks down. I mean, we could probably just charge them at this point and win, but I'm trying to show off the game, I guess. So melee units do quite a lot of damage, which I think is quite nice. Let's go and have a look at their base. You just got to kind of kite them if you can. A lot of them are quite fast, but if you kite them, you'll do a lot more damage to them. There we go. They're building turrets now, so we need to get in on this. Let's give robust to everyone. I don't have the best units for taking out buildings. I wonder if this special ability will do anything. Oh, it does. It sets the buildings on fire. Yes. Okay, that's helpful. I didn't think we'd do that. That's cool. Yeah, the shotgun bots aren't great at doing direct damage. But we should be able to kill this now. So this is the enemy building we need to destroy. It's always marked on the map. But each time we get new units each time we complete one, which I'll show you in a second. But we have very little to start with, obviously. Very, very little. So that'll help these crystals grow back, apparently, if he's next to them. There's a certain number of each building you can build as well, which I'll show you in a second. And a certain number of units you can have as well. So, there we go. We've gone up this tree to the next point. We've got a new tree of rewards. So we go to the blueprint. And we get a T1 tank, we can get a blockade tank, and we can get missile artillery. So artillery, you have to use it yourself. It's like a skill. Blockade tank. So this I've never seen before. So quite expensive. One hit deals 15 damage. Range is 6. You can see all the details there. That's how long it takes to produce. We can have 5 of these in existence per factory. And we can have 4 factories. So you see, if I hover over the factory as a little person symbol, we can have 4 factories. And they cost 600 each. Needs to be fortified to attack. Heals for 2 HP a second when fortified. Toggles between fortified turret mode. So basically this is a turret. It's a mobile turret. And then we have a T1 tank which does more damage. It has slightly less range. Slightly less health, but it does come with a shield. It has more armor. And it's quite expensive to build. But I think we'll go with the tank. When we now have access to that. Now we can either choose more starting crystals or we can choose some coins. Let's go with these starting crystals. Let's pop to the shop. We can't actually buy much. But we can have a look. We can buy one of these. Orbital artillery. Let's go for that. That costs 50. It uses all our coins at the minute. And let's get a hack. Since it's permanent. So, it spawns with 5 Robo Marines, 5 Robo Recon. We can get factories with 10% chance to produce 2 units instead of 1. That's quite good. Like long term, that's great. Spawn Robo Zombie when obstacle gets destroyed. Haunted Woods. I'm not really bothered. I think we do mass production because long term that's going to be very beneficial. Straight into the next mission. I won't play through the whole run. I just like to show you a bit. You have to be within a certain distance of the refinery to put down unit spawners. You'll notice the map is bigger this time. There we go, that's spawned 2 instead of 1 this time. So, more resources here. Let's get a thing down here. There is height, as you can tell here. There are... Okay, so we're getting attacked already by quite a few units, so we need to pool our units around here. So that the enemy will start with various numbers of units. We can afford that, so let's get that down as well. And we can get some T1 tanks out. I don't know where they're off to. They're going around there. If you are on a hill, oh, they want to build on the resources there. Okay, great. So if we get up here, if you're on a hill, they have a 20% chance to miss you. So getting up on a hill is really good. Let's do shotgun in this area and set them all on fire. That works really well. So remember to use the abilities, because the abilities are really good. There we go. We destroyed that, so they didn't get it. Let's send one of these little bots that's almost dead around here and cap that. So that's a recon position. We'll send the tank around here now. You can give multiple orders if you want, so they go like they would in any other RTS game. We can probably get the resources around here now. They must not be able to get through here. I don't know. That's weird. I'm surprised they came all the way around. We're quite a big force already, which is quite strong. So what I'm going to do is just kind of be quite aggressive here and push around. Let's build a few of those. At least we can see the enemy coming. Let's get another tank thing down. I don't have enough cash yet. Okay. How are we doing here? We're pushing. Pushing. Is that a turret? Might be a turret. Our tank should be really strong here early game, because the AI doesn't get the best stuff. Okay, that's not a turret. This is. I'm going to call in an orbital strike just to show you what it does. So these are the abilities that you get at the top, the random drops. I'm just going to pull these guys back. I'm going to use them to bolster all of these guys. There you go, there's an orbital bombardment. Pretty effective. Just keep the support tanks in the background. Get a couple more tanks ordered down here, just because the tanks are the strongest thing we've got. Pull those guys back. We'll just destroy the building we need to destroy and get out of here. You don't have to destroy the whole base. You'll find in later missions that the building you have to destroy is defended and protected if there's any units or turrets around it, so you can't actually hit it. So that's one way to make it harder. So we got a Robo Replicator, so summoned. Rage for 10 seconds, 20% critical hit chance against targets with bounty. It dies if summons a fresh Robo Replicator at the target location. It doesn't say that's time limited either, so do you just get them forever? They don't do much damage though, but I guess if they just respawn forever, that's quite strong. Robo Rocket Marine. It's just a little rocket and it shoots its bomb off like a rocket. And that is a commando mech. Shoots 6 missiles on targets, disables shields and deals 15 damage. So its ability is to fire its missiles. That one's alright, but I actually want to try the Robo Replicator because that sounds pretty cool if it just spawns forever. We'll see if it's a timed thing. And some coins. Oh, we missed out on hack. I didn't even look. Never mind. Let's get some more starting crystals and let's get a random drop. And this time we've got a shield drop, so that would give everything on the map a shield for you, and the shield will stay there till it is like taken off the unit. It's very strong. I didn't realize how strong it was till I dropped it once. So we'll get this down. Gonna use the support tank down. One of these. I always put the cheaper ones down first, just so we can scout. And then I'll spam the cheaper unit. Oh, I can see there's some resources up here. That's the edge of the map, so there's going to be nothing over there. Oh, they're already coming to attack, shit. Oh, we found their base. Okay. Wasn't expecting that base to be there. Okay, maybe there's more than one base. Sometimes there is more than one base. So that's something you've got to bear in mind. There can be more than one base. So we've got to defend this area here. 5 of those out. There are units around here. Hang on. Do the burning thing and just run away. Maybe there are more than one base because there's quite a few units there. Let's get the tanks down because the tanks are so strong right now. Okay, so this is actually protected up here, so that's good. Oh shit. As I say, the melee stuff is really strong. Alright, we spawned 2 of these at once, so that's great. Build another one. Let's get this replicator factory down. Keep using this ability. I should really use the hotkeys. I'm very bad at that. Get some tanks up that way. Yeah, so there's more than one base. We've got enemies at 2 sides. So we kind of need to apply some pressure somewhere. I think it'll be this side. Let's tell all these guys to go this way. These guys can now come over this way as well. Let's build one of those there. We need more resources, so we're going to have to take a base, basically. I'd love to get a support tank over here. These build very slowly. I guess if they respawn forever. Oh, wait. Is that an actual skill ability I have to use? So, like... Oh. So, basically, as it's about to die, I should press that and... Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I blocked that off. It's very hard sometimes to tell if you're blocking something off. Hang on. Is that shotgun? Let's just apply some pressure and go and attack them. You guys push that way. Oh yeah, you literally need to do it just as they're about to die. Okay. So that's going to be... Oh, they're all stuck up there, look. Okay, that's handy. I don't know why they're trapped up there. The AI's obviously built something in the wrong place. Oh, they've got long-range bots. Oh, the base is getting hit hard. We might as well destroy their base. We'll just have to build new units here. They can kind of defend themselves. We need to protect this, though, so get this up here. Get those units that way. Oh, tank's getting in trouble there. Those long-range units are quite nasty. We've capped that. So they can't get down here. I need to find a way through here. I'm going to have to destroy this, I think. Are we in a better position here now? Yes, we are. They're just building a lot of shit. Let's build another tank thing behind them. That tank's getting hit pretty hard by those short range stuff. I need to get through here. Can I attack? There we go. I can attack and destroy obstacles. So as you can see, it does get harder as you get further up. Where's my engineer? Oh, there he is. Do another tank thing. The tanks are my strongest unit in this situation. I don't like these sniper things they have. Just kite them a bit. Because they've got all these melee ones. Got plenty of resources now. I mean, I think we can win this now. We just need to pile drive into them and do a load of damage. Because they're going to have plenty of production available. But our tank should do the job here pretty well. Give everything a bit of a boost. So the enemies will have a base up in this top corner as well. I guess they're just pre-positioned on this map. Just going to pile drive through them. We can probably get our engineer down now and get some resources over here. The game will slow down slightly or pause when you're using abilities, which is quite nice. They've thought about that, so you're not sort of having to do them too quickly if you're a bit slower like me. Obviously, I'm not a StarCraft player. I'm not that quick on the micro. So they have thought about that. It is obviously single player only, by the way, this game, if that wasn't already apparent. Kind of forgot to mention that. But I think it's a lot of fun. The replayability, I think, comes from the variety of units. I think the balancing needs work, as they've said. They already know that, so that's fine. That's probably the most important thing. It's just that they're aware of that fact. As you can see, this one's protected. So I need to take out all of these buildings and units before I can destroy it. Now that unit got behind us. So if I destroy this, that's now weak. Oh, someone else spawned. You have to destroy all the production buildings, because every time something spawns or comes in range, it gets defended again. So you're best off just going around destroying everything. I think that should be the majority of it now. Let's get this destroyed. Should be able to just... I'm just using the ability to destroy it. The shotgun flame ability that applies burning. You can also burn the ground and stuff with certain units. Okay, so we get a specialist hack to choose. Respawn, support tank, skill. So targets that have the skill on them get a 50% chance to respawn. They also get 20% max HP and will be healed fully when you do it. Or they get a shield. I mean, let's give them some max HP and heal them. But there you go. That is the gist of the game. And you basically work your way up. And I guess each of these points is just a slightly harder mission, supposedly. But I've equally had, you know, particular enemies like the blob one, which is just very strong. But yeah, I think it's good fun. It obviously will need some time in early access to get the balancing right, and I never tell people to buy early access games, but if you want to support the team, it's just a two-man team making this game, and I think they've done a really good job of it. It is fun. It's obviously not going for the best graphics in the world and stuff like that, but it's doing what it does very well. Depending on the price, obviously quite important when it comes to early access games and also games like this, and how much you enjoy the roguelike aspect is how much you'll get out of it. But as you can tell from me playing it, I do kind of enjoy it. It's straightforward enough that it's like a lot of RTS games, but it's got all those added extras with the special abilities and things like that in there, and the drops, yada yada yada, to make it a bit different and to make it something interesting. But to the team who've made it, I think you've made a good game. It is fun. It definitely needs some balance work, as you've already acknowledged. So it's good that you're already there. Bugs wise, I've had very few bugs in this early access version, or sort of beta early access version that I've got access to. The only thing I've seen is a couple of graphical issues, but nothing major. Like, I had an artillery unit that when it fired, it was some kind of missile or rocket arty. You got a black square on the screen, but obviously that will be solved. But do check it out. I'll leave a link down to the Steam page below. But thank you very much for joining me. I don't want to make this video any longer. You get the gist of the game. It is fun. I will say that. It is fun. Thank you very much for watching. Please, as ever, do like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all soon.